wanted to spend a few minutes with you today and tell you about a program that we are very excited about with two products that you are going to love. My name is Gary Hale. I'm President and CEO of Saba. And in case you're wondering a little bit about Saba, it's a company whose parent company has been in existence for over 29 years with a leading compensation plan, a seasoned veteran corporate team, state-of-the-art distribution. In fact, here in Oklahoma City and in Orlando, Florida, we have complete operations, warehousing, shipping, IT, customer service, and in Belgium, also shipping for all of our EU customers. We also have what we believe are a very unique choice of products. And today we are going to hear about two of those new products that we're very excited about, and then share something with you before we leave you today about an opportunity for you to go out and share those products and be rewarded if you choose. Or if you just want to be a customer and try the products, that's great. Something for everybody here, and we want to thank you for being a part of today's webinar. I want to turn it over to our Vice President of Saba, Tiffany Overmiller, who's going to share with us about that very first product in the Saba line. Tiffany?
Well, thanks, Gary. Man, we are so excited about our new Skinny 5000 line, our Skinny 5000 Fat Burner, and our Skinny 5000 Keto-Tranzform. Today, I'm going to talk to you a little bit about what Saba Skinny 5000 is. This is truly a weight management product that targets and burns fat. You know, the great thing about Skinny 5000 is the nootropic effects that it has on your mood and on your overall feeling throughout the day. It helps to increase your energy levels. It also helps to give you that sustainable energy. And the one reason it does that is because of one of our products, that is the ingredients that's in this product, called T-Crin. And what T-Crin does is it helps to give you that sustained energy so that you don't feel like it's a stimulant at all. And because of this, we were able to lower the caffeine amount that we have in this product to 100 milligrams of caffeine, which really helps to make sure that your blood pressure doesn't rise and you don't have anything that may help palpate the heart. It keeps the body in a sustained energy while it's burning fat, which makes it a great product for anyone that is looking to lose weight. We're extremely excited about this Skinny 5000. It helps to support fat loss. It helps with appetite control, relieves fatigue, supports that positive mood that we were talking about. It boosts your mental and physical energy, just kind of makes you want to get up and go do something, which improves your focus and your concentration. And again, it gives you that long-lasting energy. We're so pleased to introduce the Skinny 5000 Fat Burner to our Saba family. And I am also pleased to introduce a new addition to Saba, Dr. Castel Santana, who's going to talk to us a little bit about our Skinny Keto-Tranzform today. Welcome, Dr. Santana.
Well, thank you, Tiffany, and thank you, Gary, for the introductions. It's great to be a part of such a great company, and I'm super excited for you guys and what the future has to bring with these supplements. I'd like to start by first just kind of diving in a little bit about myself and how I practice and who I am. I was born and raised in Anchorage, Alaska. Grew up being very physically active. I was an All-American wrestler in high school. Always took my physical fitness very importantly, and that's kind of what drove me into medicine as well, is keeping other people healthy. I went to undergrad in Minnesota at the University, or the Minnesota State University of Moorhead, and got a dual major in biology and chemistry. I then went to the American University of the Caribbean, where I studied for 2 years on beautiful beaches, and ended up in Maryland at the University of Maryland, where I did my residency in medicine. At that time, I kind of figured out that, medicine was broken for me. I felt that there was a lot of prescription medications that were thrown at people that didn't need to be thrown at people. And there's more to medicine. There's more to living a healthy lifestyle. And this is kind of where Saba plays into effect as well. After residency, I worked under organizational, entities for a time and continued to kind of be unhappy with how medicine was going. So I decided to open my own practice and focus a little bit more on integrative medicine and whole body wellness. This is kind of what brought me to Saba, and with the new products that have recently been launched with Skinny 5000 and the Keto-Tranzform in particular. I'd like to get into a little bit more about what that is and what that means with regards to energy and how we use energy. So we'll first kind of go through digestion really quickly. Obviously, when you chew, you're starting digestion, then gets broken down even further in your stomach by enzymes and gastric acids. Once we break down our foods, it kind of leaves us with things called macronutrients and ways that we harness energy. And basically, those are proteins, those are your fats, and those are your sugars. I like to think of it kind of like how a closet would set up and how we store and use energy. Your readily used energy, being your sugars, your glucose, would be like your pants, your shirts that you use every day. Those are readily used, you wash them over and over, but those are things that you can grab quickly. The next things would be your fats, which in your body are stored and kind of compressed into your fat cells as energy. That would be like your Tupperware containers or your vacuum packs of clothes, where if you've ever picked up one of those things, they're really heavy, they're super dense, and that's kind of how energy is stored in your fat, is it's stored very densely. And then lastly, being your proteins and how those are stored. We don't really use those a lot for energy. They are broken down and used over and over, but those are kind of like your suits or your ball gowns, where you break those out if you really need them or if you have an event or something. So that's kind of how I like to think of it, and the analogy that I like to use for the use of energy and how we store it as well. One thing that's really important, and most people will hear more and more about this in medicine now, and probably from their own physician, is inflammation. And what is that? What is inflammation? And also insulin levels. When we go through and we have a high carbohydrate diet, when our diet isn't the best for us, we go through periods of inflammation. We go through periods of insulin spikes, and this just wreaks havoc throughout our whole body, starting with our GI systems, but could also give us, fogginess of the brain, joint pain, skin disorders, all sorts of things, and obviously diabetes. So if your insulin levels are spiking throughout the day, eventually that can lead to diabetes down the line. These are things that I monitor very closely in my practice, and that I think are very important. So what does a good diet do for us? Well, when we move from eating high carbohydrates into more of a higher protein, higher good fat diet and minimize our carbohydrates, we start going into a state of ketosis. And I do get a lot of questions of, well, what is that? We hear ketosis is bad. I have a family member that is a diabetic, and we don't want them to go into ketosis. So ketosis is basically it's switching your body from using sugars as energy to then starting to use our other things, our things that are in our vacuum packs, our fat cells. When you break down your fat cells, it leaves you with triglycerides and then ketone bodies, which are produced in the liver. That's where then we can shift from using our glucose as energy to using these ketone bodies as energy. These ketone bodies actually give us longer sustained energy than glucose does. and it doesn't give us the inflammation that glucose does. And that's very important when you talk about overall well-being. And if you have other medical conditions, this is very beneficial. It's beneficial if you have autoimmune disorders, or if you have diabetes or thyroid disorders. Keeping inflammation down in your body is very important. This leads us to what types of ketones are we talking about, and what does Keto-Trans really do for us? Well, the Keto-Tranzform is supplying our bodies with something called an exogenous form of ketones, and basically the main ketone is the beta-hydroxybutyrate. That's the ketone that is in Keto-Tranzform. That ketone then is brought up by your cells and your brain for energy. When you use an exogenous form of a ketone, you're starting the process of ketosis in your body a lot faster. You're augmenting it. You're giving it a boost so that it doesn't take weeks or months to get into a form of ketosis. The Saba brand is a very clean brand. It's vegan, it's dairy-free, it's gluten-free, caffeine-free, and it's recognized by a lot of larger organizations as well. And it comes from a very pure line of ketones, which is very important. We recommend using this product 1 to 2 times a day, and basically the way that I tell people to use this is it's based off of what your goals are. What are your initial goals? What does that look like? I think it's completely safe to take twice a day. I think that's a good way to look at it, is if you're already eating a good healthy diet and you take this after breakfast, that's going to help kind of keep you in a state of ketosis and augment your body into a state of ketosis for a period of time. Usually that's about 4 to 6 hours that you'll be in that time of ketosis. Why is this product better? I think one, it's because of the message that goes along with the product. Then that's why I really feel at home with Saba, is because of the messaging. It's not just about taking a pill or taking a drink that might make you skinny. It's about the whole picture. It's about getting online and looking at the Saba dietary recommendations. That's always important. It's about exercising properly. So I think it's the whole picture that Saba has that is leaps and bounds above everybody else. Also, it's the pure state of the beta-hydroxybutyrate. So I think that also is important when you talk about any sort of supplement. Does it have a stamp of approval by multiple sources? And this does. Some of the other key benefits would be obviously the fat loss, burns fat and fuel. There is a little bit of appetite suppressant, but that's because your fat, remember, is being used. It can be used longer for energy than those short spikes of glucose can be. So you will get a little bit of appetite suppressant with this. Helps with metabolic shift, and it stimulates the metabolic shift, which is important. Helps with cortisol levels, which also helps with the metabolic shift, which is important. And it gets us away from our glucose dependency. Once you've been using this product for a while, or being in a state of ketosis with diet and exercise for a while, you know that going back to foods that give you those high spikes of inflammation and insulin really just make you feel like crud. So yeah, I do think that using the Keto-Tranzform as an exogenous form of energy for weight loss is great. And I do think that both of the products together really benefit and complement each other. Using the Skinny 5000 fat burner, it does have a lot of things in it that complement the ketone as well. The L-arginine helps with the uptake of ketones into the cells. The chromium keeps the blood sugar levels down, kind of brings sugar into your cells right away, so that your body then can really turn into ketosis and start that process a lot faster.
So you've been watching, and okay, you're interested now in the products. Here at Saba, and I'm going to go through this very quickly, but we have a couple of different options for you. One is if you're interested in just any 5,000, it's $50, and you will get 60 of the capsules in the package when you become a part of Saba, and you can do that by either being a customer or you can be a part of our team and be a distributor if you so choose. But as Dr. Santana recommended, and as I do as well, I really recommend that people try both products and get the effects of both of those products that are available to you. As you can see here in package 2, you're going to get for $170 the Skinny 5000, once again with the 60 capsules, and you're going to get 30 packs, individual packs. And by the way, this product, not only is it great tasting, but I've never seen a product in a form like this, a powder type form, that dissolves so simply. You can just shake it up a little bit or stir it a little bit, and it dissolves great. So for $170, you can get that package, or if you want to share it with more people or your family, or as I said, become a team member, we have a larger package that includes 5 bottles of the Skinny 5000, also 50 trial packs that go with that, or you can get a combination of all of the 2 products where you get trial packs of both the Skinny 5000 and then also get your Keto-Tranzform as well. So get with the person that asked you to watch this. They'll tell you and figure out what is really the best pack for you. We just wanted to give you an idea a little bit of the cost. And for those of you that might be entertaining the idea of, well, I know a lot of people that would be interested in this, and I might be interested in becoming a distributor or part of the team, because I will tell you here at Saba, we have a lot of fun, awards, recognitions, and great people. In fact, we're getting ready to go on a trip, our second trip in a couple of years here, to go to Playa del Carmen, Mexico. Always a fun place to go. And we're starting a new incentive that just started for another Caribbean getaway here at Saba. Now, if you want to go out and get serious about sharing these products, I just want to show you just real briefly an opportunity of what you can do simply by going out and sharing with 6 people one of our Skinny 5000 $300 packs. It can put in your pocket up to $1,050. And on top of that, it then puts you in one of our bonus pools where you can share 1% of the entire volume of Saba, of the entire company. We'll put 1% aside, and then we'll share that with everyone that goes out and shares 6 of these packages in the month of July. Plus, there's a lot of other benefits. It puts you in our top sales pool. I'm not going to go into that here. The person that invited you can explain it all, but just wanted you to kind of see what we have to offer for you. And yes, as I mentioned, that Caribbean getaway for 2 is coming up. Make sure you ask for all the details. And what's cool about that, here at Saba, we're now a cloud-based business, and we offer you all the support you need: the meetings, the conference calls, the Zoom calls, your own personalized Saba website, back office support, not to mention a great team of people. And when I'm saying that, I'm not talking about the corporate office. I'm talking about our team members, our associates that absolutely love what they do and sharing these products. So on behalf of myself, Tiffany Overmiller and Dr. Santana, we want to thank you for joining us today here on this webinar and encourage you to get more information. Get back with the person that invited you to watch this presentation today. Make an informed decision, and we want to welcome you, once you do that, to be a part of our Saba team, either as a customer or as a new team member. Thanks again for joining us today.